So many cases where Sharia law has been misused, right?
I know that anytime I post a picture that's slightly sexy, shows maybe a little bit too much cleavage.
It's very important to be clear that I think that emotional blackmail is a form of forced marriage.
To answer your question, what is a Muslim? How do you reconcile being a Muslim? Like, hi guys,
I'm Sanyya Gardez.
Welcome to my kitchen, and don't worry about the mess. Sexuality isn't a decision. How do you define what a feminist is?
Congratulate our friend Donald Trump for a job very well done, unifying the modern Muslim voice. What makes you think if a country that has majority Muslim rule? If you were wondering where is Gary Sandhu, well, he's right here in the Brit Asia studios.
Do I consider myself a feminist? Absolutely.
Since 9/11 that you feel you've been more singled out, have you experienced more racism since that event?
And dress however we want to dress.
Can I just ask you for a favor?
What?
Can I take my show back? In Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, there isn't gambling, there isn't drinking, there isn't premarital sex.
Actually, I'm gay and Muslim.
Those liberties, the freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom to follow their own religion.
Without a visa, coming over illegally and taking jobs that a lot of people think are rightfully theirs. This conversation is getting even too hot for me, and that rarely happens. People come from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh thinking they're coming to England to build this really bright future, and then come here and end up living in slums, worse off than they were.
There is racism, and we know that it exists, and I know that the people that came here 50 years ago probably experienced it a lot more than we do. However, isn't it time to just put the past behind us and move on?
No, I don't think we can put the past behind us.
I'm of the belief that the reason that racism, especially in the UK, is because of our own lack of integration. It's because we have isolated ourselves. Marriages have become a risky business.
We like to hate on each other. We like to bring each other down. If somebody is remotely successful and you're not, you're like, I'm going to bring them down. Absolutely. I was going through news footage from 1984, and there were infants, there were, babies that were shot at point blank range. So, for things like that, I think it's okay to use the word massacre.
Your own child that would say was gay, would you try to deal with them from your professional standpoint, or would you use your spirituality and your faith to guide them? Define what you would consider an arranged marriage as opposed to a forced marriage. Being a homosexual is as much a choice as being a heterosexual.
Obviously, Sikhs feel betrayed by this because now many Sikhs call UK their home and trust the government. He's not a very likable person because he crosses a line between confidence and arrogance. You're talented. I'm not taking anything away from you.
Women who have gone either to Pakistan on a holiday and then realized that actually it's not a holiday, they're there to get married.
I hope this show was hot enough for you, because it was for me. You've been watching Broken Silence. I'll be back next week, same time, same place.